Hello, I'm Nicky Thompson and I am the Head of Prestige Banking in KZN. I joined Standard Bank in 1982, so next year will be my 40-year milestone in Standard Bank. And what an incredible journey it's been. I really have witnessed the digital transformation of banking and how it's evolved over the many years. And I can honestly say I've never ever been bored. I've always been challenged, been open to learn new things. And as I said, banking's changed drastically over the years. So I think building the future-ready skills that we're doing now and continue on the digital journey has been very exciting for me. I think what's motivated me is people, and I think leading people to success. For me, there's nothing more rewarding than really working closely with a team. Individuals that show the potential, you have worked with them, you've coached them, you've given them those opportunities, and to see them grow and achieve success is particularly rewarding for me, especially when they come back, many years later, folk that I've worked with, and they said, thank you so much for the support or the encouragement or believing in me back then. For me, that's what's truly rewarding. I think challenges that I've experienced, particularly being a woman, back in the early 2000s, I was one of the first women on the KZN Standard Bank exec. And that was very tough because back in those days it was a very male-dominated environment, and it was definitely a bit of a boys' club. So it was very, very tough to be taken seriously. But when I reflect on those years, I'm thankful for it because it made me very resilient. It made me really persevere and work hard to be able to prove myself. And I think as well, that's where I adopted two different types of leadership styles. So my natural leadership style is very sort of a supportive, nurturing type of style. And then I think just learning to be a little bit tough in that environment brought through that assertive leadership style. And I still to this day use both of them when necessary. I think the advice that I'd give to young women following in my path is take ownership of your own development. Don't wait for others to do it. Just be confident in yourself. Also be prepared to stretch and test yourself, to take yourself outside of your comfort zone. And yes, just be resilient and be fierce. It's really pleasing to see how banking has transformed, and we've got so many talented young female leaders come through that have a voice and really are being heard. I joined the bank, 40 years ago. I had just finished school. Financially, I wasn't able to go to university at that time. So the bank at that time was always sort of a very respectable organization to work for. It was a good place. I remember my dad saying, go and join the bank and get a job in the bank. And yes, that was many, many years ago, and I have been very blessed to work for Standard Bank and that they've supported my growth and development. I've studied since through the bank, not at an early age. I think I only studied and qualified in my latter 30s, but I've had those opportunities which I feel truly blessed. For me, great customer service really is about treating the customer as an individual and not as a number. Really understanding what their needs are and what matters to them. That's very, very important. And I think as well to treat every single customer with respect and dignity, regardless of their appearance or their status. And I think the other important thing I see a lot is just when you are dealing with customers and they're frustrated, just keep them up to date, provide them with feedback. It's the most important thing. I think it's very important for a business and for individuals to be able to be agile, to make sure that you're building those future-ready skills so that you remain relevant to the industry, you remain relevant to the customer demands, and you adapt to the changes in the environment.